Good morning. It is the very first day of the Utility Lodge Workshop, and things are a little crazy. There's already people camping here that came in last night. A bunch more people are going to be showing up soon this morning. And as always, the first couple of days of a workshop, there are just a zillion things to do. The thing that we have to remember to do this morning is outlets in the wall. We did not put those in yet, so we're at least going to mark so we know where they go. Make sure we don't forget once we start pouring the Lavacrete, right? Wish us luck, guys. Here we go. Lavacrete Utility Lodge Workshop.
So we're running out of sharp sand all across the globe, and especially in China. And concrete accounts for 8% of the global CO2 output of humans. Kind of want to figure out a way to reduce that a little bit. And we also want to have a beautiful home that lasts for centuries and requires less energy to heat and cool. In my experience, Lavacrete can do a lot of cool things, including making energy efficient, locally sourced natural building materials. The black material requires just a little bit less water than the red material. I don't know why. That's just what we've found out through experience. The material has zero slump, so you could put it in a cone, pull the cone off, and it won't slump. Usually people are pouring around a 4 and a 5 slump for foundations, footings, slabs. Because this is zero slump, it cannot be pumped. It has to be conveyed, and it also can't be mixed in a normal concrete batch plant. The mix is too stiff and it won't mix right in a mixing truck. So we mix it with a vertical shaft mortar mixer, which is that green machine right there. We find that the vertical shaft mixer works just right. A horizontal shaft mixer can work as well, but because the material resists flow, it's so viscous, the horizontal machine is fighting gravity and that viscosity. So it's a little harder on those horizontal shaft mixers. You can also just mix it in a wheelbarrow. So I have some samples that are just mixed by hand. The material is a lot lighter than concrete because the lava or cinder sand is very porous and light. That lightness means it's a little less dense, it's easier to move around, and that's what also gives it this characteristic of thermal resistance. It doesn't conduct energy from inside to outside or outside to inside as easily as just plain concrete would. So it has an R value between 0.5 and 1 per inch, and that depends on the size of the aggregate and how well you compact it. It just needs to be placed into the forms and pressed so that we close any major voids. I wouldn't say that Lavacrete is perfect for every building, but if you were to ask me what building material I would suggest, I would say it depends on your project, where your project is, and what your objectives are. But we really like to use it in stem walls, bond beams for adobe, stem walls for straw bale, columns and beams for hempcrete, and then for some projects we just build the whole project out of Lavacrete. It's an igneous material that's produced by the earth. It's being produced every day. The people from Hawaii know that very well, and it has 2 different colors depending on the type of iron oxides that are being formed in the condition where the lava is coming to the surface. So where there's oxygen and iron present, it's going to be red. And where that's not present, it's going to be black. When you're mining a lava field, there's not much there. It's like spiders and stuff. But when we're mining like freshwater streams for sharp sand, those ecosystems are very delicate and there's a lot of biodiversity there. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. And then you can also put dimension into the wall. So you could put a piece of trim in the wall and have horizontal lines, and you could do horizontal board forms or vertical board forms. You can also put shadow lines around windows and doors. You could 3D print or make fiberglass molds. You can make little niches. You can make benches, fireplaces. We've been experimenting making charcoal at our ranch for biochar, and we've made these fire pits where we've had raging fires for hours and hours, and you can still touch the outside of the fire pit and it's just slightly warm. You can be pretty comfortable inside of one of these buildings, even if there's a raging fire on the other side of the wall. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are super excited. The tools required to do this are pretty simple. The only thing fancy is that mixer, but you could mix this stuff by hand, and you could also mix it in a little barrel mixer. It's a lot lighter than you would expect. I have some samples over on the table. Maybe we can make our way over there and take a look at those samples, and I could show you the tools of the trade.
I could listen to Guru Das talk for hours about how to have a healthier home, how to build a healthier home, and what to put in it. But what good is a healthy home if you are not healthy enough to enjoy it? Do you remember a while back when I went to the doctor and got 10 vials of blood drawn, and I got my results back and I told you they weren't great? Well, thanks to today's video sponsor, Function Health, I finally have my full results. They have updated my patient portal, and now I know exactly what I need to work on and how to get my numbers in a place that is better. Function Health is the only health platform that gives you full access to all the data that you need to make your life healthier. With Function Health, you can test over 100 biomarkers from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. And while I'm not going to get into all my numbers, I will say that my hormones and my stress levels were wild. So over the next 6 months, I'm going to work extra hard and try to get my numbers in a better place. With Function Health, you have access to over 2,000 locations to get your lab work done, so they make it easy and fast. And for just $365 a year, that's just $1 a day, guys. You have access to all of your information in one location. That way all your results are in one place and easy to track. When it comes to your health, you're either testing or guessing, and I've spent way too much time just guessing about all my numbers. Well, no more. No more at all. Learn more about Function Health by scanning this QR code or visiting the link in the description of this video. The first 1,000 of you to sign up with this code get $25 credit towards your membership. Visit functionhealth.com/tinyshinyhome to sign up today and take control of your own health. Now, let's get back to work.
Sample, and it's less than a week old. It's a little crumbly because it was just bouncing around in the back of my truck bed, which is a great test of strength. These ones are a little bit older, so they're a little less crumbly. This is a sample that's made with just type S lime.
How does it work with like masonry anchors fastening into leather?
Yeah, this is a really amazing product for anchoring materials. If you put a masonry bit on a drill, you can drill right into it, and then you can use a construction screw and a piece of wire. You just plug that hole with a piece of wire, run a construction screw right into it. This is my receptacle jig. And it's very simple. So wherever you want your outlet to go, we will just mark on the form the location of the outlet. I'll put a little mark indicating the distance, and then I'll mark the outside of the form with the little receptacle symbol that I see in my architectural plans. And then I will put this jig right on there, and I'll drill through the jig, the 2 drill for holes, and then a 6x32 screw will go through the formwork, and it'll hang a metal receptacle box. So these are the electric boxes we use, and these holes correspond to the holes in this box, and then you just put a machine screw through, and that box is held on to the inside of the form, and then you just pack Lavacrete all around it.
Wow.
And then at the end, you go to all those symbols and you remove the screws, and then you have this embedded perfectly flush with the wall. The one thing you don't want to forget though is that this hole is for a grounding screw, a little green screw. You want to pre-ground a wire in this box before we place the lava. Otherwise, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get a grounding screw in there.
And you want to prep it with an adapter to accept a piece of conduit too.
So you'll punch out one of these knockouts. We like to punch out the furthest one back, and then it just depends on the layout of your electrical. Usually what we'll do is we'll just send the conduit straight up, and we'll hide all of the wires in the ceiling. But sometimes you can use the box as a chase in the wall, and you can have horizontal conduits between the boxes. And then you can just run your wires through the conduit. And then having conduit in the wall allows you to reduce or increase the size of wire depending on the usage. So if in the future you wanted to run like a hair dryer or something that required 20 amps, you could just throw a heavier gauge wire in that wall.
And you can run networking cable, you can run water through a conduit, like you can do all kinds of stuff.
I've also shot it with a 9mm handgun, and
How'd that do?
it sunk in like half an inch.
Wow.
But it didn't explosively fail.
No,
Interesting.
no, just a little dip.
I don't think so. I think
Just
the
a little
spread of force is
9mm
so
divot.
incredible.
This is about the right size for a scab, and between the lifts, when we put our next lift on, we're going to screw through these to hold the thing together. Yeah, and we're just using T25 construction screws. When you select the type of screw head that you want, you're going to want to keep using that same screw head. You don't want to mix in a T20 or a T30.
Drive everyone crazy.
Yeah, everyone's going to hate you. The lengths of the screws, I think these are 1.25 inch, 1 5/8. We're using these when it's 2 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood. When we're screwing into the 2x, we're using a 2 or 3 inch screw. These coated deck screws are really good if you want to use the screws over and over. We're gonna get some mason's line. I've had some masons yell at me for calling it string. It's not a string, it is a line. Strings are for yo-yos.
Hey.
So I'm gonna just put a screw. I guess I'll just put it on this scab. Just tie a loop on the end of my mason's line. Put it over that screw. Tighten it up to the board as close as I can. And then I'm just gonna walk down to the other end of the wall. Put my finger kind of where the screw is. Give it a couple of wraps, just like that. Put it over the screw. Pull the line and the tag end in the opposite directions. And then pull that tag end back, and it's gonna bind on itself. See that?
Friction, man.
So you can see, we don't want this to be
Yeah.
in full contact with that. That means that this thing's bowing out.
Yeah.
And if you were to look down it, you could see that it's kind of bowing out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push the wall, and then we're gonna pack Lavacrete in there, and then it'll hold.
Copy that.
Yeah, super easy, right?
And we're just doing that manually. We're not going to use any mechanism to hold it.
Yeah, I mean, you could put a kicker in,
Yeah.
but then you'd just be tripping up
Yeah.
the workflow. There should be 9 receptacles in total. So then there's also a smaller spirit level that we can use to check the forms in this direction.
Hey, Future Jonathan here. If you're watching this video and super bummed that you missed the Lavacrete Utility Lodge Workshop, well, guess what? We're announcing the Lavacrete Garden Bed Workshop May 2nd and 3rd. Is it super last minute? Yes, it is. Are we doing this because we had such a blast with Paul and Guru Das that we just needed to hang out with them again? Also, yes. But here's the really fun part. Turns out Lavacrete isn't just great for walls, it might also be the best way to build raised garden beds in the desert. Who knew? Well, Guru Das did. He's built over 20 of them all throughout Tucson, and they are consistently outperforming all the other garden beds that they're close to. In fact, Sprouts, the big grocery store, has actually hired him to build 17 of them at their headquarters in Phoenix based on their own research, which is really cool. There's a bunch of reasons that Lavacrete is so great for garden beds, and of course we're going to get into all that during the workshop, but the basic idea is really the porosity of the material, right? It makes sure that the root doesn't get too hot or too cold depending on the season. Also, it allows the soil to be oxygenated so it doesn't grow stagnant over time inside that enclosed space. Scoria is non-toxic, it's eco-friendly, and of course, as you've seen, once you build these layers up inside your forms, the result is absolutely beautiful. We're going to be building some Lavacrete garden beds during this weekend workshop, but I know a lot of you have also been asking, can you plaster with Lavacrete? Well, not technically. It's more of a wall building system. It's not a flowable plaster. However, we're going to experiment with a way to clad a hyperadobe wall with Lavacrete during this workshop as part
part of the larger project that will include some retaining walls and the garden beds that are all kind of connected together. The event will be held here on our homestead, so you'll actually get to see the Lavacrete Utility Lodge building finished before anybody else, because this is day 1 of the workshop. There are 5 more videos.
It's way too good.
And of course, Paul and Guru Das are going to be here on site again. They are both incredibly busy. They're the only ones doing Lavacrete right now, and their inboxes are overflowing with requests. If you want the opportunity to spend one-on-one time with both of them and ask questions and get answers quickly, this is going to be your best shot. So come build some Lavacrete garden beds with us May 2nd and 3rd. You can sign up at tinyshinyhome.com/events. Now let's get back to the current workshop.
We're gonna fill these 6 buckets, and then we're not gonna fill the buckets back up till all of them are empty and a mix is run, because I don't want to lose count.
Okay.
So we're always gonna just have a full 6 buckets or empty 6 buckets. And then once we get started, we'll throw all 6 buckets in, and then we'll throw some Portland cement in, and then I'll add water to it. And we just dump this in here.
Oh. You throw this one in too?
Yeah. Lightly tamp across the edges. I start with the edges first.
Here's the
Yeah, you see how easy this is for me? I'm not like destroying my body. I'm not working too quickly. I just want to get the material into the form, you know, before it starts setting up.
All right, we are coming up on the first morning being done here at the Lavacrete workshop. Everybody is moving super fast. We had to put in all of our conduits. We're doing some minor adjustments on the wall to make sure everything is square. We've already done our sort of black layer, and now we're working on the red layer. And we're almost to the top of the first 16-inch lift, like after we spent probably an hour and a half talking about stuff, so we've only been working a little bit of time. So this is going to move really fast this week, so we'll have to see what happens this afternoon. Good job, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah.
We had a ton of progress.
One lift.
I know. One whole lift.
One more lift. Got there. As soon as you said it.
Ashley's almost got lunch ready, so whenever you guys...
This is so cool.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rough length on this, and then I'm just gonna double that. And then I'll cut this all the way through, just like that.
Just like an inch over, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna put it wherever there's a clip, one of these form spreaders. I'm gonna send this wire across the formwork. And I'm gonna use this little wire tire to pull on this and tie this up. And then I can tighten this up by pulling down and twisting, and then I can tighten it up even more. Set a screw in here and I'll just twist it. I'm gonna just give it the little pluck test. That seems pretty good. And now I can pull this and just set it on the whaler, and we'll set up the next set of forms once we get wires all the way across. And then you don't end up with a weird artifact in the wall. These just get clipped flush to the wall at the very end.
So everywhere where there's a spacer.
Yep. And then just set it here, and then when we put the next form in, we'll flip it and put it on top of it.
Oh, cool.
So we just get
Just set it right where it was. Smart.
Yep.
This arched line runs through the wall.
So I had to cut this at a 5-degree angle. So like it has to be turned a certain way, you know? So it has the right slope. We have a little wiggle room inside, but not much. So I just want to make sure we get it right.
So circles are good.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
This is lift 4, this is lift 2.
Dimension from there to the wall, center of the wall. Does it say that anywhere?
Doesn't show a sensor.
But that would make sense for
That's what it looks
shower
like.
and a toilet.
We borrow that for
Yeah.
Here.
The closest at the end, it curls out just a skosh.
Yeah, it'll be like the 6-inch mark that'll probably be close.
So when you turn that knob, it actually opens the
Oh, I got it.
and
Sorry,
lets it come back in. So that way it's in a more controlled temperature space.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Fiona's showing.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool.
You can make it into a hill like this.
Hey, end of day one of
Yes.
the Lavacrete Utility Lodge Workshop.
Yeah, and you know what? We had planned to just do one lift,
Mm-hmm.
and we're already up on 2.
Halfway through the second one.
Yeah.
I will say we went so fast earlier. I thought we were going to have the second lift fully finished, but the form work is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to see how long the form work takes so that we know. And I think maybe tonight we get some boards already cut to the length that they need to be so it goes up a little faster.
Right. Well, and we need to get ready for windows tomorrow. So
Yeah.
windows will go halfway up in 3. I had to get a pipe in for our water spigot that will be on the outside of the building. What else? There's other things happening soon, but this is like, it's kind of like earthbag where you got to remember every layer you go up. You got to make sure you get it in before people fill it up because
We have-
everyone's moving so fast.
Yeah, we got bottles going in on a specific design feature, and then we also need to go cut more bottles for lifts 3, 4, 5.
Speaking of, did the bottles get put in?
They're not at that high yet.
Are we not? See, guys, this is the problem.
I know we need eyeballs on all the parts. Like we can't forget certain things.
Yeah, but yeah, we had a ton of people here today. We got more people showing up tomorrow. It's going really, really good.
I feel like this is probably people are like saying, "I'm not going to do hyperadobe. I'm going to do Lavacrete," and so now like, oh no, have we lost our hyperadobe audience?
I don't think so. We can do all the things. It's
Okay.
fine. They all have their pros and cons.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
And the future, I would love to have a building of each kind of, alternative style, like a straw bale,
yeah.
cob, so that everybody can come and like see the benefits of different ones.
Yeah.
Anyway,
End of day one. We have lots to do to get ready for tomorrow. So we'll see you then.
see you there.
I demolish self-constructed speed bumps. What's an inhibition? I don't see one. Tuning out anxiety when she comes. 'Cause she just gon' remind me of my slip-ups. I keep running, I keep running, I keep running around. And they're trying to tell me I'ma run myself straight into the ground. No, I'm causing a commotion, but I won't slow it down. I keep running, running, running. my feet leave the ground. Yeah, running. Okay, I'm running. Full speed ahead, no brake pads. Coming straight for your head, better think fast. Running laps around all my competition. They know I'm going the distance. Yeah, I know they probably hate that bow. Tell a man down. Whole life hurt, I can't, but I can now. Yeah, I did it and they couldn't understand now. How I built it brick by brick and I never took a handout. Tell my anxiety I ain't going back. Tell my sobriety that I owe 'em that. Tell everybody that was waiting on me to fail. It'll be a long time before I show 'em that.
Get there.